We're moving on to bigger and better. I'm really excited for our new studio.
I'm so pumped. I mean, I'm going to miss Staples. I'm not going to lie. I got some great office supplies there.
But speaking of moving, at least we're not really doing the work in this move. I just helped my boyfriend move this past weekend, and I still can't lift my arms over my head.
I know. I feel like I was like, isn't he going to call like 1-800 college hunk movers? And you're like, no, I am the college hunk mover.
You would name college hunk movers. That's who I was hoping would show up, but it turns out it was just me me and Tom.
Oh, that's what you get for being a fitness instructor. I feel like I'm now prepared for like my friends to be like, but you work out, so don't you want to help me move? Like, it'll be a fun little workout. I can see them bamboozling me into that.
Yeah, and the thing about moving is like you get everything into the U-Haul and then you realize that you need to now drive to the new location and unload everything.
It doesn't just stop. He's not just moving into the U-Haul, Shay. He's moving into a home.
Yeah, despite popular, what is the saying? Despite popular belief.
Contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, that. Retweet.
Close.
Oh my God, my brain is mush. It's just been in moving mode all weekend.
But we are excited for our new studio with Dope Entertainment. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be dope. Obviously.
So in the interim, I think it's been really fun. We've been able to kind of relive. One of the peaks I feel like of the year was Wodapalooza for sure, hands down
In Miami.
So we slowly started to release some of the podcasts, which hopefully you guys have listened to. And if not, rude. Definitely go back and listen. But we've decided to compile some of our favorite interviews into one amazing podcast. We'll create a table of contents for you guys in case you want to skip ahead. But honestly, you should definitely spend the time listening to all of them because they all have something unique and different to bring to not only the CrossFit community, but just, I think, fitness in general. And I'm really excited for these.
I am so excited. So we kick it off with this blonde baddie, Christina Mandrell, and she just talks about her experience entering the fitness world. She is a mom and just kind of like the challenges that come with that, and just a strong badass chick, I gotta say.
A mom, a model, a blonde baddie. Yeah, I think those are...
The list goes on.
So excited to kick it over to Christina. I think she intros us with a song, so you guys are in for a treat.
I do drop a sick beat, I will say that.
And here we go, passing it over to Christina. What song are you going to sing for us?
It's one that I made up. I've been saving it.
Oh,
it's called
this moment.
It's called "Don't Tone Alone." Is that what it's called?
That is what it's called.
We'll be here for the beat in the back.
All right, let's get a beat.
Yeah.
Phone home, don't tone alone.
Hey,
Killer.
All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Leah.
My name is Shay.
And we are Two Tone Training. You're listening to Don't Tone Alone. We are recording our podcast live on site.
Usually our studio is like inside behind a Staples, which is kind of funny. We're always like behind the pen aisle.
It's our podcast studio is literally inside of Staples.
So it's nice being out in the public next to the jerk
Back
chicken,
in Boston.
like you said.
How did that come about?
Well, we started on Zoom is how we kind of like started our podcast. Is COVID,
Yeah.
right? We're COVID babies.
Yes, we are COVID babies, yes.
Our friends and family were asking for virtual workouts, and we were like, I feel like we can help you. It was all body weight there. Like, I have no equipment. I'm looking to stay active during the pandemic. So we started with just friends and family, sending them Zoom links, and people started like posting about it on their Instagram story.
And we're like, all right, I guess we'll just start a company now, huh?
And
yeah,
look at us now. Somehow at a CrossFit Festival.
Right, and you guys are new to even knowing what CrossFit is that correct?
This is our first CrossFit event, and it happens to be Wodapalooza. So.
Hey, that's not a bad thing. It's also, Wodapalooza was my first CrossFit event to go to.
Oh my God.
And it was the last one here, so I guess it would have been 2019.
Okay.
Or the beginning of 20.
Okay.
And I was actually close by at a family reunion and loved them, but I needed to just get away. So I was able to come on the last day for 20 minutes, ran about, so excited, and it was on Sunday. It was the last day, and that's all I got. So that was my first experience, and it was Wodapalooza. So went to the games. You got that's next on the list for you guys, I guess, too.
You've been to the CrossFit Games
yes,
before?
Yes, just the one time I went last year now. So.
And how does it compare, like vibe check, for people who haven't been to the games?
Well, from the 20 minutes I spent at Wodapalooza, it was definitely more exciting than that.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's Miami.
Yeah, and, how do you beat this?
Completely different probably more chill, relaxed, and easy for me to say, though, because I'm just shopping and I'm going to drink this weekend. So,
What's the drink of choice?
Drink of choice. Okay.
We've got like a bar to our right over here. What are the people drinking over there?
If you
Is
don't
it
say
Yingling?
Yingling,
Yeah.
right?
Like an old fashioned, I guess.
Oh, I didn't see that
Do
for
we got
you, but I love
any
it.
other old fashioned fans in the house?
Well,
Wax
I
is
am
Oh,
like
we got a
the
fist
fist
bump
bump.
in the front row.
born and raised in Tennessee, so we got to get the Jack Daniels.
All right.
Duh.
All right.
This is what you had me on here for, right?
Yeah, no,
Just
we
talk
really
about
are.
booze.
Booze.
Booze and
Perfect.
shopping.
But we are going out on Sunday. We're going to do some karaoke, so we're going to have to know
Are you
those-
going to
You've been
sing that
preparing
song
for
that you
this.
sang?
What?
Are you going to sing the song that you sang for us?
Yeah,
just now?
I'm going to work on it. I'm going to add more. It's a surprise.
Yeah. More lyrics. All right. So I feel like we didn't even officially introduce you.
We got sidetracked, per
We got a
usual.
little sidetracked. We have Christina Mandrell. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. I always butcher people's last names.
Model CrossFitter, and now our new bestie.
Yes.
We found her. We were like, you need to come on the podcast. I feel like you have a lot to talk about, and also you're a mom too.
I am a mom, and yes, technically I do model full time, and I have done CrossFit since I think 2008, 2009.
Okay.
And so I've fell accidentally into some like not elite competitions with teams that are just so much fun, but definitely not a competing level. But I think that, you know, that's what CrossFit is also. You know, it's not just
Right.
this, it's a community and a family, and you have these affiliates, and since traveling so much, I get to stop at different ones, and they're all just kind of like home. It's nice.
Wait, so talk about why you were traveling so much.
Okay, so why was I? Okay, so when I started CrossFit, 2008, 2009, my dad actually introduced me. So he trains Navy SEALs and law enforcement, and he was actually training Castro, and they were all doing this CrossFit thing. He got me turned on to that because I was traveling with him, so we'd stop at these boxes, and you know, I kind of was like, Dad, what are we doing? But that's kind of all I've known as far as working out. And I've loved to be active, love sports. But since traveling so much, I wasn't able to kind of be on the team and
Right.
experience that. So CrossFit it was.
Yeah. There you go.
And then now I'm traveling with work. So yeah, I was just in Orlando working. And then I had my daughter's 5th birthday. We went to Disney World.
Oh my
and
God.
then
Talk about an epic birthday.
had
Yeah.
to. Yeah, well, you know, with COVID rules and everything too is a little bit different
Right.
because like the princesses have to kind of stand afar and stuff, but
Aw.
she didn't know the difference. So she had a blast. That was so much fun seeing her see it, and then I geeked out on the Star Wars stuff too. So
And you were saying she even asked for Christmas for like a barbell.
she did. So okay, so actually COVID coming about, I kind of decked out. I have my own little CrossFit gym in my garage now.
Yeah.
So what does that
And
consist of?
Yeah.
pretty much everything. I need a ski erg, and that's about all I'm missing. And a rope. I don't have a rope. I'm trying to
If
figure out
anyone
how to
has
cut.
a ski erg,
Does
like,
anyone
let,
have an
let
extra
a girl
ski
know.
erg
Let me
that they
just
can
borrow
lend
it.
Christina? Yeah.
Right. She'll give it back.
And also, I'm trying to figure out. I'm not that handy, but I want to drill a hole in my ceiling to the garage for a rope. But everyone's saying to not do that.
I can
A
just see
rope.
the ceiling collapsing and
Yes.
I don't know how
Yeah.
practical
I
that would
once
be.
changed the filter on the washer because I saw a TikTok that you're supposed to do that.
Yep.
And I flooded my downstairs and had to replace all my ceilings.
TikTok makes everything look so easy.
It was
I think
just
that's
literally
my beef with
replacing
TikTok,
a
right?
filter.
They like snap their fingers and
Yeah.
then like this souffle comes out
And
perfect.
it's just
You're
not.
supposed to be changing your filter every 3 weeks. I'm like, well, I've never done that ever.
ever.
You have to snap it back in.
Wait, are you on TikTok?
I am on the TikTok, yes.
And-
On the TikTok.
What do you post on TikTok?
So I was very confused, but about even what TikTok was. I felt like
Right.
I was kind of not young enough for that crowd. But with work, with a boutique that I model for full time, I have
What's
to
it
have
called? Give them a shout out.
Pink Lily Boutique.
Anyone? Pink Lily Boutique?
It's in Bowling Green, Kentucky, but it's online. So
Okay.
If you don't know,
we-
now you know.
Now you know. Check them out. You'll see me on there doing some peace signs and whatnot. But we have a full day. Every week I have one day that I have to work doing TikToks. And so within that, I have to learn the dances anyway. So I'm like, well, I may as well do my own version.
We have to get into Leah. We got to talk about the TikTok dances.
Should we do a TikTok later?
We probably should. Leah and I like
do a TikTok.
People ask if we fight, and I say no. Honestly, we're sisters. We get along like almost 99% of the time.
The 1% is when we try to TikTok together. Because
oh my God,
she is a dancer.
Two left feet over here.
I'm not a
I'm like, I
dancer.
said swing, snap, clap, Leah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. So they kind of like while we're there, and if we have the other models in there as well,
Yeah.
I turn into stage mom.
Yeah,
I'm like, everyone,
that's
here we go, and I'm not, you know.
All right, so you and I can make a TikTok. So Leah, you can background.
Yeah,
it.
I will just direct. I'll be behind the scenes.
She was the athlete.
Well, we definitely got to do that.
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. But we want to find out a little bit more about you and about your fitness journey. So you said you were traveling around, you went to a bunch of CrossFit boxes, and then I know you said you got pregnant at a young age, and then...
Yes, I was married, though. It
Yes.
was on purpose. I got pregnant with twins in early 2016. It was a high-risk pregnancy. They were monoamniotic. And so they were twins, but they were in the same, their umbilical cords. It was very high risk.
Yep.
Because they were touching. And so I did end up miscarrying them and had to be put on bed rest during that and then afterwards. And I didn't even get off of bed rest before I got pregnant with my daughter now. And then that became high risk as well because I found out I was diagnosed with a blood clotting disorder. So definitely fell out of CrossFit for a while because I was just not doing anything active, terrified, and ended up she was premature, 4.5 pounds, but she didn't even have to go to the NICU because I was in labor for 32 hours, which was fun.
Gosh. Oh my goodness.
It's not fun. And was able to get steroid shots every 24 hours. So what they worry about at that stage for them is their lungs. And so since she was able to get those, she was fine. So she didn't even have to go to the NICU. She was a rock star. But then I got, blood clots afterwards and just really had a hard time after that of wanting to be able to get active and was just kind of scared. And something that people will say is, of course, your body changes. You guys don't have kids, right?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. Well,
One day.
I'll tell you then. I'm sure you've heard, like, your body changes after you give birth. And I didn't really consider that. I was only 21. I was like, okay, but, we'll see.
Yeah.
But really, like, even not just the looks, but the way your body will respond to working out, just little things that you never think about. And so I was noticing that, and I was just really kind of bummed out. And I was scared to get back into the gym and be so much behind from where I was at and just not motivated. And then, of course, having this new baby, there's a lot of work that goes into that. I was still working, and it took a while. Also, the affiliate I had been going to previously was no longer there, so I had to find a new gym. But luckily I did, and then going right into there, just walked in right away. It was like home, just like I remembered, and that's why I love CrossFit, because it's a community, it's a family, and they're functional movements. You're going to use them your whole life.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably can relate to that. I mean, obviously CrossFit gets kind of a bad rep and it can be intimidating, and I think someone like you who had this kind of tough event and challenges you had to go through, but you were able to jump right back into it, and maybe you weren't a rock star off the bat when you returned, but you built your way back and you felt comfortable enough to do so.
I think that's so important, feeling so comfortable in front of the people that you're with and having that support. And then you're seeing these people daily. Everyone just wants the best, and I love that. And you support other people, and you feel it genuinely for other people as well. So I think it's so important to have that community. And don't tone alone.
Don't tone alone. Yeah.
I feel like that's what keeps you going, you know?
So do you have any advice for other moms out there that are trying to get back into it after giving birth?
Absolutely. And even if you've never tried CrossFit before, like, just try it out. Find an affiliate, find a box, get in there, because something, not even just moms, but people that have, never worked out a day in their life, they're like, oh, I can't do what they're doing.
Right.
And I can't do what these people are competing doing
what
there
they're
either.
doing.
What they're doing. I'm
level.
over here. I'm going to get an old fashioned in a second. But I think just do it. You can scale everything. These are movements that you've been doing your whole entire life. I'm sitting on a chair. It's movements you're going to use forever, and anything can be scaled, and just don't be scared because no one's there to judge.
Yeah.
And do it for yourself.
Do it for yourself. I like that. I like that a lot.
Scale for life. I feel like that's what the Buttery Bros say. They're like, you don't need to necessarily be doing that, but just
Right.
like moving your body, lifting what you can.
But that's a question we get a lot. I'm glad we kind of touched on it. Like, what do you do when the motivation isn't there? So for us, it's definitely surrounding ourselves with other motivating people, and even being at this event, even though we're not competing by any means, it's motivating in general. But what about you? What else motivates you to kind of?
Well, as cheesy as it'll sound, I have my daughter now.
Yeah.
And so with my home gym that I've made, I just put in rings, and so she loves to swing on those. But she did ask Santa for Christmas for a barbell. And so she just loves watching me, and she tells everyone, oh, my mommy's the strongest. And it'll be to my elite friends around. I'm like, haha, I'm stronger than you. She thinks, don't tell her. So I think definitely that kind of motivation, but then just, again, do it for yourself. It's good for you. It's going to be things that you will use throughout your whole entire life, and you feel better. It's not just about looks at all. You feel better.
It's about how you feel.
It is kind of funny, though, whenever I'm traveling, I have my other model friends, because it's usually the same group when I'm with this one boutique. And so they'll be like, why are you jumping over rocks and doing burpees? What are you doing? Like,
don't mind me.
Yeah, don't mind me. I did kind of want to dive into that. So I know obviously you model, and are the other girls, do they do CrossFit as well, or they kind of look at you like you're crazy, or what's?
There's definitely been trips that we'll be on where it's like a week and we're all in an Airbnb, and I'm going to Charleston from this, but then I'm going to Tulum, so it'll be kind of that situation where we're just kind of all stuck in a house, and which is interesting.
Stuck in a house in Tulum. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're long days. It's
Can
hard
we
work.
come?
It's hard. Sure. If you're willing to do TikToks, you have to get hurt at.
We got practice. We just talked about being prepared with Go Army, so that's something we need to prepare for.
Prepared.
Yes. So I think there's been times where they'll all kind of lead. Everyone gets a day to like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and then I kind of have to be like, yoga, I can't stretch. Like, so other things that I need to be working on, and it's very noticeable at those times. But one of my best friends actually is very into fitness, and she is like the brunette to my blonde, and she does not do CrossFit, but she is very fit, but she's just like, what in the world are you doing?
Yeah.
Sorry. But love her, and I can't do what she does, so.
That's amazing. So when it comes to modeling, I feel like a lot of people who listen to our podcast would be kind of curious as far as just body image, especially when it comes to women, and I don't know, especially being on Instagram and putting yourself out there and posting those bikini pics and things like that. Like, I guess, what would you say to the girls that might not feel so confident kind of doing what you do?
Well, been there, definitely. Still there occasionally. We all have those moments. Shout out again to Pink Lily. We actually have every size model now. And so we have every size modeled on there. I think it's really about your health. Like the body image, don't focus in on that too much. I think just make sure that you are healthy and doing things for your body to benefit you. Don't worry about the looks so much. And social media, that's a tough one. And you're only seeing what people put out there.
The
just
highlight
remember
reel. You're only seeing the highlight reel. Yeah.
Exactly.
And just kind of knowing that when you're scrolling through and when you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm comparing myself, I'm feeling down, when to kind of turn it off and shut it away. Do you do that sometimes too?
Absolutely. Yes. You should actually, here, let's look at how bad I do this. My texts.
Oh,
wait.
Popular. She
We're-
has
No,
226.
it's not. It's where I'm like, okay, look, right now, being here or when, at Disney with my daughter, you have to just put it away. I could be working, doing things, even if it is work, you just have to put it away sometimes. It gets to be too much, and you can't just sit there with your face in your phone all the time, because there's always an excuse to be doing that,
Right.
Especially, you girls know it's work, it's this,
Yeah.
but I think just experiencing life and being in the moment is so important. And these people that are putting out things like us, like
Right.
it's the same thing, I think put it out there and then enjoy your time. And so if you're just scrolling, then do that same thing. Kind of think, experience life a little bit more.
I think that's like a killer way to kind of tie it all together.
I've been asking the hard-hitting questions, so if you could tell something to yourself 5 years ago, what piece of advice would you give yourself to future you?
Invest,
or to your daughter, too.
Invest into crypto and Bitcoin.
Nailed it.
That's it? All right.
No, I think, that would be actually, I think about that a lot. If I could just, that's going to be it.
Be a lot different
keeps
place
me up
than
at night, to be honest.
That's going to be, it does. I'm going to go now.
Hey,
Got
things to
mic drop.
do. Back to my
Invest
phone.
in crypto. All right. Mic drop. Beautiful. So what else is up for this weekend? Karaoke.
We're doing the karaoke. We have to. And this, besides my 20 minutes a few years ago, this is my first time in Miami. So I think I want to head over to the beach, South Beach at some point, maybe.
Yeah.
And I always do too much shopping at these things. I've been doing that. So I'm going to do some more of that.
Some more shopping. And who are you cheering for? Who are you kind of cheering for while you're here watching the events?
Everyone. But I have been really enjoying the teams, the elite male teams. That's so exciting to watch them, especially with the swim just then. I don't know if I could do that without floaties.
Well, you were just saying watching that swim, the swim to the treadmill, like talk about a transition.
That's terrifying.
Like people watching you
mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. They make it look easy, but like you've got to think about that. That's winded and they're barefoot on there. So it's just so fun to watch.
That was the most mind-blowing part, that they were barefoot. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why.
I know.
Being my first CrossFit event, I was like, why are you not putting on shoes?
Those are things you don't think about. And it's like slippery. It's dangerous.
I know.
Fun to watch. Good
It's
entertainment.
very fun to watch.
Agreed. No, we got to watch more of it. So I'm excited to kind of do that after this. All right. Well, Christina, plug yourself. Where can people find you?
Right now, Instagram, Christina Mandrell. It's a CH. And I'll be posting some behind the scenes all weekend here. We'll be on karaoke. And thanks so much for having me on. Loving what y'all are doing.
Dude, what's your whoop strain at?
I got a 10.6 over here.
You got a 10.6. Hold on. Let me check mine. I got a 13.3, but I mean, who's keeping track?
Game on. That's the best part about Whoop. If you guys don't have Whoop, first of all,
rude.
Second of all, you definitely need one. And not only can you calculate your strain, you can calculate your recovery, your sleep. It's so funny. I think Leah got so caught up with the sleep, and I think we talk about this a little bit in the podcast, that like as soon as you can track your sleep, you become so much more like anal. Like, oh my God, I must go to bed.
Shay will try to have conversations with me. I'm like, actually, it's 10:07. My Whoop told me to be in bed at 10:02, and you're messing with my rhythm, honestly.
Whatever. But we bring this up because we have Preslie Hirsh on the podcast. She works for Whoop. She does CrossFit, and she also has a podcast of her own, which we were guests of. Our first guest podcast appearance. I know. So you must go listen to that after you finish out this Wodapalooza podcast. But Preslie works on the software side of Whoop, so definitely giving us a really unique perspective, not only on Whoop, but she was behind the scenes of the CrossFit Festival this weekend, Wodapalooza. So definitely check it out. She has a lot of amazing things to bring to the table, a lot of amazing talent. So excited to kick it over to Preslie. Whoop whoop.
We're super pumped to have you on. I feel like
Thanks, guys.
we've
I know, I feel like we've been friends forever. Yeah.
And now getting to have you on is
Patrick
really
connected us. We've been like talking all the things and following along for all the cool things you guys are doing.
Hell yeah. So not only are you a killer and phenomenal athlete, you also have a a very cool job. So
I do.
I guess tell people a little bit about kind of what you do for your 9 to 5 and then what you do on your after hours.
Besides drinking champagne.
Besides, I mean, Prosecco always. Okay. But aside from that, I work for Whoop full time. Awesome company. I've been with them for a little over a year and a half. And I've been wearing Team Whoop gang.
Yep,
love it. I got the Miami kit is so cute.
We need to.
All right, that's it. We're getting
to talk
it.
to. It might be you.
Yeah. I'll hook you guys up. Yeah. It's so cute. I've been wearing it since 2018 and working there for a little over a year and a half. Awesome company. And then I coach CrossFit part-time in Austin. Ooh. I work for Morning Chalk Up part-time alongside Patrick.
Wait, doing what for Morning Chalk
Up? I do like support stuff for them. So like manage inbox, like customer service type things. But I also just love Morning Chalk Up. So when there was an opportunity to work with them, I was like, I'll do whatever. Like any job. Yeah. That's whatever you want me to do. And then I have a podcast, the Hey Preslie podcast.
That's coming back.
It is.
So I heard I saw your post.
Yes.
Back by popular demand.
And I'm so stoked about it. So I started it in like early 2018, which I feel like not a ton, like there was still obviously a lot of podcasts, but it was like kind of earlier.
You're an OG podcast.
I was a little earlier in the space and did it for about 2 years. And then I just kind of started, like, I was going through a lot of life transitions, just like was feeling a little uninspired. And I was like, let me step back and like see what I want to do. And then over time, I've just like gotten way more excited to do it. And so it relaunched last week. So
what do you talk about?
So it's about all things like mindfulness, healthy lifestyle, fitness. So it's kind of wide ranging, and I like it that way.
Right.
I think it keeps the listener intrigued. It keeps me excited. So really, like whatever I'm pondering at the moment, I try to like bring on an expert and chat about that.
I love that. So if you had one dream guest, like who would be your dream
besides you guys? Dream guest. Ooh, that's a good one. I would love, I was actually talking to Patrick, I would love to have Sammy Moniz on, which I'm like totally jealous.
I feel like you could pull some strings.
I have a note in my phone that's like dream guest, and then it's like dream bigger. Like I have like people that I'm like, ooh, this would be really cool, but like is maybe possible.
Right.
And then I have a list of people like Michelle Obama that I'm like, if the right stuff happens.
If I send the right DM,
maybe she's a Whoop fan. I don't know.
Right. Like if I can find that thread. Yeah. So.
Daniel Robbins, if you heard our last podcast, he said, just send the message.
Send the DM.
Love that.
Yeah.
There's no holding back.
Yeah. Totally.
Worst case, Michelle Obama leaves you on red. I mean,
and then that's like not that she still opened it. So you're like,
She's like screenshot scene.
She's like, Rock, what do you think? Have you listened to this? Have you listened to this podcast?
He's like, only every day.
Yeah.
So how's your weekend going so far? Have you been to Wodapalooza before? Yes, right?
I have not been to this event before.
Okay.
Yeah, which I've been to like every other CrossFit event ever. I mean,
so you've done the games.
I have been to the games, both in California and Wisconsin.
Wow.
And so I've been CrossFitting about 6 years, and I'm like super fan. So I go to all the things, but I've never been to this one. And I wanted to volunteer because I feel like you see the volunteers at these events, and it always looks like they're A, having so much fun, and B, get like all this like special access. And I was like, I just thought it sounded really cool. So I signed up to volunteer, and I got put on the workhorse team, which is like the people that set up all the barbells, all the dumbbells.
We were literally talking about that, the organization.
It is crazy. Like I will never look at an event the same. Like when you're watching it and there's a rig and people are doing handstand push-ups and sandbags, like you never think about like who hung up.
Well, people just, the spectators just look up and the equipment's there.
Totally.
Meanwhile, Shay and I were standing behind like where the barbells were, and like the head,
the like, counting and the assembly lines.
Hug the wall. I hug the wall with the
barbell. Like rolling the barbell.
We're like in the back studying maps of the floor about where things go. It's crazy, but it's been so fun.
When I'm organization also, it between like events too, like the men to women, I was like, are they using the same weights? Because I didn't even see them swap it out.
We're just magic, really. The well-oiled machine.
Wow. Wait, I have a question. Does anyone ever get injured when they're like moving the?
You know what's funny? So
I
actually was thinking that, and we like. The assembly lines move so fast and we're moving weight, and it's like a NASCAR pit crew in there. And I actually thought about that on the first day. I was like, someone's ankle's gonna get like, and everything's been fine. But last night I took a barbell to the head. Like,
wait, I can't even.
No, it's like right here. I think I'm okay. Yeah. I think it's all right. But it was like minor concussion status. But that was the worst that's happened. And I was like, I'm glad it happened to me and not somebody else. It was the end of the night. So overall, pretty unscathed. Yeah,
but you're also a baddie too. Like, you've never competed?
Not. I've done local CrossFit competitions, and then I do compete nationally in weightlifting. So I'm doing like a big the American Open in Columbus the first week of March.
Okay. All right. But watching something like this, do you have any interest in competing?
Oh, totally.
Like
yeah. Me and a couple girlfriends back, I used to live in Phoenix. Now I live in Austin, but me and a couple girlfriends from Phoenix tried to qualify for the teams, and we missed it by like probably like 20 or 30 spots. So I'm like, if we can get really fit this year, I feel like we could do it.
Kat, are you one of those girls?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
I'm here for the Prosecco and tequila, so
yeah, like I said,
Kat's my best type woman.
Yeah, can I direct your attention back to the bar?
So what's been the most exciting part for you besides maybe getting hit on the head with a barbell? What's been the most exciting thing so far?
Oh, the most exciting. Honestly, I feel like the community of it, which sounds kind of like cliche, but there's so many people like you guys that I like know on Instagram and I follow and I listen to your stuff. And then I get to meet you in person and like feel your energy and hug you, and like people just that I get to meet in person for even coworkers that I work with at Whoop. We've Zoomed for years and never met. And then they're here and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like you in the flesh. Yeah. And like, meeting people that you listen to their podcast, or just like people that you like know you would love. And then you get to meet them in person and squeeze them and you're like, oh, I do love you. Like, so that's probably been the best part. And then I just love like the athlete's energy. Like when people like win events and they're like so stoked, and like seeing people kind of like come into their own like that, I think is really exciting.
Yeah, so cool to watch. Also, I know you're talking about kind of like the special access when you kind of volunteer.
Yeah.
What was kind of I know you were excited to kind of put away barbells and things like that, but what were you really excited about when it came to special access, or were there certain athletes that you were like really excited to see?
I wouldn't say there were certain athletes I was super excited to see. honestly, I just really love, like, I feel like an event like this is such a large scale that I always wonder, like, from the organization perspective, like how it comes together, which I know you just chat with him about that. So I'm actually super excited to listen to the full conversation. And so for me, it was just really cool to peek behind the curtain of like, how is this machine like so well oiled? Like, how is it that like the athletes run out and like the right judge is there and the right scorecard is there and the right barbell is there? And like, how can we like set it up for athletes to like really thrive and not stress? So I was excited to see how that all comes together. So that's been really cool. And then in between events, we get to sit on the floor to watch the events. We get like a front row seat. So
that's amazing. Would you ever want to be a judge? I was thinking when I was watching the other day, and I was like, that has to be like one of the most intimidating
totally
jobs.
Especially for somebody that's
like,
really good.
Is like, no, I actually
no,
did.
you're like, yeah, you're right.
You're that rep,
people pleaser. You are too much.
I think, no, you're right.
You're right.
It's fine. We'll count that rep. No problem.
It's so funny when we're setting up equipment, we can sometimes like hear the judges like meeting going on.
Yeah.
And every time they're like, if they do this, it's a no rep. Like, and they're like, no rep them the first one. And I'm like, because people probably want to be like, okay, that one's fine, but the next time do it right. You know?
Yeah.
That would be hard. I think I could do it, but I like the equipment job, which I didn't really expect to like it. And I really like it.
Honestly grown on me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what else this weekend? What else is on the agenda? I know people talk about Sunday and like the after party.
I know. I'm excited for the
kind of,
after party. Oh,
Sunday?
totally. I'm stoked. I was even thinking like we were talking on the team about how our feet are killing us. We've been running around long days. And I'm like, you need a rally. If you need some ibuprofen, we are going out tonight, guys. Like, don't go home and go to sleep. Right. So yeah, I'm excited.
I feel like it's going to be funny to see some of these athletes like not in a sports bra. And
oh, it's crazy. Yeah. Seeing even people that you go to the gym with. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but like when you're at the gym with your friends and then you go out and you see them in regular clothes, you're like, your hair is clean. Like you are a different woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been awesome.
We almost booked our flight home for Sunday night, and Patrick was like,
no.
What the hell are you doing? You need to go home Monday morning. So that 6 a.m. flight's going to be
6 a.m.
far from
just stay up all night and sleep on the plane.
Just keep the party going.
Where are you guys based out of again?
Boston.
Oh yeah.
Big Boston.
Right.
Girls.
So that's where Whoop is.
Yes.
So let's talk a little. I know you can't really say much as far as
for sure.
Whoop, but what can you tell us?
Yeah.
How did you get your job at Whoop?
Yeah. So I started wearing Whoop in early 2018 and I really got it.
Wait, for those of you who don't know what Whoop is.
Yeah. So Whoop is it's a wearable and it doesn't have a watch face on it. So everything is done in the app, but it takes a bunch of metrics and gives you personalized coaching based on those metrics. So the biggest one is heart rate variability or HRV, but it also measures things like your sleep, how much you're working out, like what we call it strain. It also gives you a recovery score. So it tells you how ready you are to take on like a workout that day, your resting heart rate, all of those cool things. Tons of cool things. So I first got it, in early 2018, because I just knew I wasn't sleeping very well. And I was like, I need something to help me, like, tell me when to go to bed, tell me that I got enough sleep. Like, I just wanted like the metrics of it. Totally. And I just fell in love with it. It's so interesting to see, like, sometimes you think you work really hard and Whoop's like, nope,
try again.
Yeah, work harder. And sometimes you wake up and you're like, I don't feel that good. And Whoop's like, yeah, you're not doing that good. Like rest today,
Well, how seriously do you take that?
So I will say that somebody actually just asked me that the other day. I don't take the recovery score as like red means stay in bed. The way that I think about it is like if my recovery's low, it means I need to prioritize recovery. So I won't usually change my workout. Like if I'm planning to go take class, like a CrossFit class or like planning to do a certain workout and I wake up and my Whoop says, you didn't sleep that good or you're not doing so hot today, I'll still go take the class. I might not try and like PR or like go super ham, but I'll still go take the class and then I'll just make sure to spend extra time rolling out or stretching or like drink more water that day or go to bed earlier that day. So I kind of take it as like, oh, I'm under recovered. I need to spend more time on recovery. Not necessarily like, okay, I need to like not work out.
Be bedridden.
Yeah. Cause then I feel like then it just follows you out of routine and
I feel like when Leah and I first got our Whoop, we were like so strict about it.
Yeah.
And, like, also, Leah was like kind of like anal about the sleep. She still is.
I still am. Yeah.
But like, she's like, I'm so stressed that my Whoop is going to stay under 7 hours. And like, then
oh my gosh,
like,
how
stress
funny.
herself out going to bed.
Yeah. If you're like a person who likes to gamify things, it can be a slippery slope.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, I got like 6:48. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to be my best today. Like, this is a mess. But funny story about the Whoop. So they do the research studies.
Yeah.
Like,
do you guys go in for one?
Oh, we go in for them all the time.
Oh, that's amazing.
So all I know is Leah bamboozled me into my first one. And we have to tell you the story really quick.
Basically what happened was you can sign up. They send you an email once you do one research study. You're on the email list for life. And I love that for us. So I told Shay about it, and you get like 2 months free, whatever. So she comes in and she's like, Leah, is it gonna be like a hard workout? And I was like,
I'm honestly sore. Like, I'm really not trying to push it.
Yeah. I was like, honestly, like, it's not that bad.
She's like, I literally walked on an incline for 10 minutes. Like, that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool.
And then you can take away the rest of the story.
No, so we go in and it's like prime COVID time. So you're masked up and they have you in like separate booths, but our booths are right next to each other and there's no kind of front screen on the booth. And the woman like gets us in our active wear. We're wearing the wearables and she rolls out the whiteboard and it's like split in half. And I look over at Leah's side of the board and it literally is walk on an incline for 10 minutes.
And bike for 5. Yeah. And bike for 5.
Mine, I've got like a whole like super circuit going from like
posters to burpees to squat jumps.
Like a mile sprint on the tread. Like I was like, are you?
She was cursing my name the whole
You
time.
played yourself on that one.
But that was the time.
The Whoop Labs is cool. If anyone's in the Boston area, it's a super cool thing to sign up for. And then
so cool.
we're putting one in Austin, a Whoop Labs, in Austin, Texas, so people can come in there too.
Maybe we go on tour.
Yeah.
Do a Whoop Labs research studies
a Whoop Labs tour, spot 1 and 2.
I'm into it.
I love it. I love it.
We're talking about our next trip. So Austin, I feel like is on the list.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Austin's like a really cool place, and it's also like an up and coming fitness scene for sure.
Totally, it's been so cool. Yeah, I moved there like first week of October, and it's a super cool city.
Oh my God, you're kind of fresh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pretty new. Yeah, it's been great. But yeah, to answer your question, Whoop is always hiring, and so if people love Whoop, like the way I thought about it is I knew I wanted to work in the CrossFit space, but I wasn't. I figured if I worked with a company that works with CrossFit, that'd be a cool way to be like affiliated. Yeah. So I would encourage people, like, if they want to work in the CrossFit space, but maybe not for CrossFit, like HQ. Mm-hmm. Like there's so many companies, like you've seen all the vendors and stuff here that work so closely with CrossFit that I think like working with those companies is a great way to like kind of merge your passion and your job. So and Whoop's always hiring. It's a great company to work for.
Speaking of that and networking, I feel like Wodapalooza is such like a good place.
Totally.
To, like, if you like are someone who like kind of wants to break into the fitness scene.
Yes.
Like so many people, and like I remember, I forgot who we were even talking to. They're like their guards are down at something.
Yes.
Like Wodapalooza. Like the head of brands are there, the head of marketing, and all of the different booths. So it's like such an opportunity to really get to talk to these people and like kind of catch them on like somewhat of their off hours.
Totally. I've met some really cool people like in the elevator of my hotel. Yeah. Like I met like the head of the medical team, and there's somebody else I was talking to because they're just like in the elevator and you're like, hey, what are you doing here? You know, like, and it's just a casual
versus you're like, you might have seen me put out the kettlebell number 2 and
lane 15.
You can have my autograph. Stop begging.
When I'm not carrying 25-pound plates, I too have a podcast. You know? And so yeah, it's a great way to catch people like off versus like trying to send a cold, you know, LinkedIn message or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Wait, so what exactly do you do for Whoops or for listeners?
Yeah, so I'm called an engagement specialist. It's very similar to a project manager.
Okay.
So I get my hand in all kinds of cool things. One of the biggest things I do is onboardings. So if someone wants to join, which listeners of your podcast might be interested in this, we have like affiliates and communities and CrossFit affiliates that can all work with Whoop, so they can make money by sharing Whoop, like getting people on Whoop. Super cool program. So I help those people. Like if you guys signed up, are you guys affiliates?
We are Code Two-Tone.
Code Two-Tone.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if we did this when you guys joined, but now if you were to join, then I would lead you through how to like talk to people about Whoop and get you set up with all of your codes and all of those things. That's a lot of what I do.
So after this, we should probably I have a code, and like, I mean, I could definitely like vouch for the product, but
I can help you guys like leverage that a little bit more.
Totally.
Yeah. Where we've been really working on that program because there's so many people in the fitness space who want to talk about it and want to share it. And so we're like trying to give you tools and like set you up for success. So yeah.
Right, well,
is so cool.
We need to set up that meeting, and then we also need the Miami strap.
You do.
Yes. Operations manager can add that to our
Put
list.
it on the list. Yeah.
All right. Well, this was a blast. This was like a
so
long
fun.
time coming.
I know.
Honestly, I'm so glad that we finally were able to do this.
And I'm excited to have you guys on mine soon.
Done.
I know. Can't wait.
So where can people find you?
Yeah. Hey Preslie on Instagram is the best spot. And then it's the Hey Preslie podcast.
Hey. All right. So collab episode coming soon.
All
right.
To earbuds near you.
Love that. All right. Thank you guys.
I'm getting really sad that our last name is Dowdy.
And sounds like poop.
And sounds like duty. And everyone calls me Duty Pants from college. And I'm just sad because we have Steve Battle on the podcast next, who's the head of marketing for Army.
Yeah, he's the head of marketing for Go Army. He is such an amazing guy, I think, just so genuine, and you can just see his passion come through, especially in this interview. So I'm excited for you guys to listen. But he talks about the discipline that not only goes into the CrossFit sport, but he talks about how there is such overlap between CrossFit athletes and people who go into the Army, the kind of discipline that you need in order to do such, be a part of such like an honorable organization such as the Army.
Right. No, it was really admirable just listening to him talk, and just, you don't think about all the crossover, the discipline that it does take with CrossFit and then being in the Army. So it was really eye-opening and so cool to see that. He was so much fun to talk to. And again, the last name, he was born to do what he does. Steve Battle, what a guy.
It's too bad I think he is married because, like, I don't know, Shayna Battle.
Shay Bats, if you will. She's like, I already have my Instagram handle, Shay_Bats_X3.
His wife's going to come at me.
This just took a really weird turn, but we're really excited to have Steve on the podcast. You guys are definitely going to learn a lot from him. And let's kick it over to Steve.
We're excited because today on the stage we have with us a Steve Battle, and we are so excited to have you. Patrick, our agent,
our unofficial agent, Patrick Clark,
was like, you've got to talk to Steve. He's the man to know. He's got some exciting stuff happening, especially today with some competition that you competed in. Also, this is your setup right across from us, the Army Recruitment Center. So tell us a little bit about you and what we've got going on here at WADA.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me on. So, my name is Steve Battle. I'm a colonel in the Army. I'm the commander of the Army's Marketing and Engagement Brigade. So our task is to bring the American Army to American people as a way to communicate the benefits of Army service. It's a part of the recruiting effort. It's part of what we call the accessions effort. So if individuals are out there wondering what is life like in the military, what is life like in the Army, we're here to kind of promote that and answer those questions, but also be here and engage on a personal level.
Is that what you guys are doing with the rowers? You're kind of like assessing people. You're like, how good is your row?
Yeah. Did you do it?
We didn't do it yet. We were scared.
We were dabbling. I saw some of the numbers on the leadership board, and I was like, Leah, I feel like we got to stretch before this.
Got a foam roll, you know.
You can still do it. It's all right. So yes, but that's a part of it. We also have what's called the Warrior Fitness Team. So we actually field our own CrossFit team.
I love that.
Yeah, they're all soldiers from the Army, handpicked from across the force. They're here. They're competing in the men's team elite division. They talked me into doing the gauntlet earlier today.
Okay, we got to talk about that. Before we get into talking about your team,
tell us about your gauntlet experience.
What went down at the gauntlet?
Yeah, the struggle was real. The struggle was real out there.
Sore AF. We had the back of the hat. We got to get him a hat.
So I was told before I did it, I said, okay, here's what's going to happen. I said, you're going to go through the first two events, and you're going to be like super juiced, and then you're going to hit the third event, and it's an ambush. So just be prepared.
Okay.
And so I'm on the third event, and it's like a 2-minute, as fast as you can go, as many calories as you can get on that bike.
Yep.
And I'm about 15 seconds into it, and I'm way over what I would normally consider my pace. And I'm starting to get gas, and I'm like,
Steve, gotta pull back,
I'm in the ambush. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
It all hits me. I'm like, shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
The adrenaline kicked in.
The adrenaline is kicking in. I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of this. I still have, 4 more workouts to do after this. And the second one was a 12-minute AMRAP, which was painful.
I think the pacing, that's like the biggest part.
Yeah,
like you want to come out the gates hot, especially the crowd's going. You're like, let's go.
Yeah. Have a plan, right? Yeah, but you're like, oh man, but I'm doing so much better. And then your other voice is going, you got a plan. Stick to the plan. You want to make it to the end, right?
Stick to the plan.
Yeah. So, anyways, made it through. It was super fun. It really was super fun. It was super exhausting. I'm feeling a lot better now that it's kind of over, and I got some water and some food.
You look good. You look energized.
Thanks.
Refreshed, if you will.
He lives to tell the story.
Yeah,
He's like, I survived the gauntlet.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. I definitely will. I mean, it certainly is a motivator, right? To train harder.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to come back here next year, whatever. Now it's like the bug's in you, so.
So don't lie. Were you there when you were doing the workout? Were you kind of like assessing the competition? Where you're like, who am I going against? And also, who has to come over to the Go Army truck?
Yeah. Well, it's not a competition, but it's also a competition.
Oh,
so
everything's a competition.
It's always a competition. Yeah. We're sisters, and we're like, who can do like the laundry fastest?
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
She's like, in case you're wondering, it's me.
It's definitely me.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. So
I
can see that in you. Laundry.
So tell us a little bit about your team. How are they doing?
Yeah.
And is this, so you've been to Waza before?
No, I haven't. This is actually my first time. So
we're newbies together.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think?
This is unbelievable. I mean, this really is kind of very interesting. I had actually several conversations with other people about the importance of engaging and informing within this space. I mean, this space here especially, everybody here is super fit. I mean,
right. I've never seen so many abs in one place.
Yeah. And we like super fit people in the Army, so why not?
Right. A lot of those same
here?
characteristics, right? Discipline, leadership.
It's really is, when you start thinking about it, it is kind of surprising the amount of things that translate over.
Right.
The feeling of family, the feeling of camaraderie. Obviously, the fitness aspect of it is here, but that's one of our team members right there, Staff Sergeant French, who just looks like
crushed
Sergeant
it.
Coleman, who just came off of the gauntlet
They're
themselves.
still huffing and puffing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But so those elements
Right.
that are essential in the Army translate into this space.
Right.
That type of mentorship I just mentioned before, inspirational leadership. So
I cannot believe he used that word for us.
Yeah.
I can't believe it either.
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
so the way your positive attitudes, you're teaching, you're mentoring, you're coaching people to become better than themselves or that they originally thought they would ever be, translates into the Army. When you enter into the Army as an entry-level soldier, you can expect that from your leadership. It is vastly different, actually, from generations before.
That's amazing. So how long have you been doing this?
I've been in the Army a while. So I've been in the Army about 26, 27 years.
That's amazing.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But I started as a private. And so the opportunities available to you are really unbelievable. I mean, one of the opportunities is, you get paid to kind of market the Army. Yeah, that's what's super cool. But
Right.
Yeah.
there's over 150 different jobs in the military, in the Army as well. And now we're offering ridiculous bonuses just to sign up. Up to $60,000 if you qualify for it. But
Oh, wow.
it really is pretty impressive. So a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different exciting opportunities with a feeling of family and camaraderie that's very, very similar to kind of everything that I've seen around here.
I mean,
So-
so noble and so honorable for
Yeah.
sure. What have been some career highlights for you, I guess, is looking back on your career and
Oh my gosh.
whether it's in fitness or just in the Army, like what are some
Yeah.
things, standout
Well,
things
that-
over the
that was
past
one of
20
them.
years?
That gauntlet was
The
one of
gauntlet
them.
was
Okay,
one.
yeah, I'm
Numero
glad-
uno.
Yeah. The gauntlet was one of them. But I mean, the amount of travel, the friends you meet, they're just lifelong friends that you'll have. Leaders that I have known that I still communicate with who are now out, but helped me along the way. The amount of places you see and places you go, I mean, I've been to every region of the world except for Antarctica. I've never been there.
All right.
But I'm
not on
okay
the
with
list,
that.
really. I feel
I'm
like there are
okay
a few
with that.
places I'd
Yeah.
rather go. Yeah.
Yeah, but those types of experiences, the friends you meet, the camaraderie you can enjoy, the leadership and the mentorship that are constantly urging you to move along and improve yourself I haven't seen it anywhere else. So those are some of the things that are really kind of remarkable to me as I have grown up. You definitely have a different perspective. You're a world traveler now, you free education, you have a lot of different experiences. You come back to your hometown, and I've seen it. I've seen kids come back, they walk a little taller.
Yeah.
Their shoulders are a little bit further back. You
Yeah.
know, they have a little bit more experience. So those types of things are, I don't know of any other vocation where you would be able to enjoy that. But those are some of the things, at least, that I've been able to experience and enjoy.
All right, Steve. So you've lived some life. You've been through some
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
If you had one motto that you live by, like one motto, one phrase, one thing that you live by.
Not to
I
put you
know-
on the spot or anything.
not to
I gotta
put you on
think
the
about
spot or
this.
anything.
Yeah,
but
I got to think about this because there's other people listening right now, right? So, one of the things that I had always kind of heard, and I kind of lived by, is fortune favors the bold, right? You've heard that before. I kind of put a little twist on that. I think fortune favors the prepared. And at least that's kind of one of the things that I have learned through my own military experiences. You're prepared now.
Yeah.
It's easier to kind of be bold If you're like, hey, I like know what I'm doing, right?
Right.
If you don't know what you're doing, then it's kind of like hold my beer and you're winging it.
Right.
And Lord only knows what's going to happen after that. But so I think that would probably be it. Fortune favors the prepared.
I feel like as far as prepared when it comes to this duo, it's definitely Leah. She's like she's an operations manager full time, so she's like the operations behind the business. So fortune favors Leah.
She's more of the creative side.
I show up. Yeah.
But I think that preparedness. I mean, many CrossFit athletes live by the same thing. It's not luck. It's training. It's preparedness. And like you said, it translates into this sport so much.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why you just kind of walk around here. I'm like, man, that'd be awesome. I wish I could put like all these people in like a uniform.
Everyone. And if anyone's interested.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So what else are you looking forward to this weekend?
So seeing the men's elite team compete, because we're gonna field a team here. I think they're going out at like almost 6 o'clock, just short of 6 o'clock p.m. And so I really am looking forward to kind of seeing them out there. They've worked incredibly hard. We have our own training facility in Fort Knox, Kentucky. It is everything you'd expect out of a CrossFit box, But I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing them. I am interested in kind of seeing, people kind of come up and talk to, some of our soldiers that are come out here. What is this? What are you guys doing out here? What does this mean? You know? And striking up those type of conversations like we're doing up here. I'd like to see that over there.
We got to bring the podcast to the truck with the rower, Leah.
Yeah.
We're pressured into this. We got
to
perform now.
Do you have like the little boom mics that we can come down? We can like do a podcast while we're actually
we should have
rolling.
brought our teaching mics.
All right.
Yeah.
Next time. Next
Yeah,
Wodapalooza.
All right.
We'll be prepared.
All right. Yeah, that's right.
The ops manager, dude.
That's right.
Taking the blame.
All right, Steve. Well, thank you so much for your time. Kind of plug yourself. Where can people find you guys? I mean, right over there. Anywhere else?
We are. Where would you put this location? Right across
by
from
the food. I feel like follow the
food,
smoke of what we got going on over here. Jerk chicken.
Follow the jerk chicken.
Follow the
smell.
food. We've actually had a couple of classes out there. Chris Henshaw had a class yesterday on running, so we brought some runners out there. I think he went out today too, right? 1800. He's going to come out there today for another clinic on body weight workouts.
Chris Henshaw?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Body weight workout.
That's
say
our
less.
bread and
say
butter.
less.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Come on out.
All right.
Right
Done.
out there. There's going to be turf right out in front of the field.
Consider it done.
Yes.
Gosh.
More inspirational leadership.
I am so flippin' excited.
That's so flippin' cool because me flippin' too.
I feel like when we post this, you're going to have to show the video, Leah, of you. Yours is much more impressive than mine, but like flipping this flip sled over. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we're about to go into a lot more depth with Sean Campbell. He is part of the Flip Sled team, which is one of the new pieces of equipment that they used at Wodapalooza. And I believe it's part of the games.
I think so, yeah. Correct us if we're wrong.
But it's basically a heavy sled that you
can add weights to, so you can add plates to it.
Right, which makes it so much harder. And it was funny because I feel like we were all testing it out and I like getting just even the woman's weight over. You're just like,
yeah. It's crazy. It's so cool. And I think we bamboozled Sean into this podcast. He was like, I'm just here trying to sell sleds. And we lured him into the Don't Tone Alone podcast. But it was really cool getting his insight. And I think a lot of people, I think your boyfriend was purchasing a flip sled after.
Oh, he wanted one. And it's kind of funny. We all left the booth in matching flip sled sweatshirts that I wear all the time.
I wear it every night. So
it's so comfortable. But honestly, really excited. And I think it was really important for us when we were pulling people for interviews, not only to pull athletes, but to pull people from all aspects of the fitness industry, because I think that's what we bring to the table as a health and wellness podcast. It's not just talking to athletes. It's talking about just all the different
people making the equipment, the vendors.
Making shit happen, to put it lightly.
So excited for you guys to tune into this one. And it's flipping great.
All right, so we have Sean Campbell from Flip Sled. Tell us, for those of people listening that don't know what Flip Sled is, what the heck is it?
The Flip Sled It's a combination. It's what you saw on Thursday.
Hold on, we got to get you a little closer to the mic.
Yeah,
Okay.
closer.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, I did notice that when you guys first
Yeah,
started talking. The flip sled is what you saw on Thursday in the elite competitions.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
It's a combination of all of your traditional moves, like the sled and the tire. We combined them.
Okay.
And what they used it in the games on Thursday for was the tire. And you can load it up. Its base weight is 260 pounds, which is what you did, 260.
You hear that, Shay?
260
You hear
pounds
that?
this sled is.
Yep.
Wait, and I'm now even more impressed
Yeah.
with this girl that
Twice.
flipped it twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Like, she could probably hold all of us together, flip us
Yeah.
over. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, we
Yeah.
got to be scared of her.
Yeah. The elite women team, the women's teams did 440 pounds, and then the elite men team did 620.
I'm sorry,
620 pounds.
what?
Yeah, 620 pounds.
So how many times are they flipping this thing? Realistically.
I heard 300 feet.
300 feet. I
And I
wonder
think
how
it was
many
like-
flips that is.
How many feet did Leah get?
I flipped it once. Good God.
He's like, carry the 1 foot.
What? Yeah, 1 foot.
A whopping 1 foot.
All right. So how did Flip Sled start? Like, who came up with this? Was it you?
No, it actually wasn't. I wish it was. It
Okay.
is so cool. And the acceptance in the fitness industry is wild. Like, we actually started in football. Let me back up. In 2010, it was developed by Kevin Abelbeck out in Colorado. He owns Milo Fitness.
Okay.
And him and his friends, they designed it. They're engineers. Designed it, but they didn't have the infrastructure to sell it. So they came to us because Airborne Athletics is our parent company. And we have basketball and volleyball also. So they came to us because we've got that infrastructure and said, hey, you know how to sell to these schools? Like, what do you think?
Right.
And I just came out of college at the time. And the owner, which is actually it's a family business. So,
Oh, it's a family business.
Yep. So my dad gave me the opportunity to take and run with it and said, hey, like, see if this thing has legs and prove it out, basically. So that's what we did. And the first couple weeks, Notre Dame called and purchased 8 of them. Notre Dame football team.
No way. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
so all of a sudden it was like, oh, wow, this thing actually has legs. We then hired a sales rep and another marketing guy, content guy, and it just started building. So it's football first. Like I said, Notre Dame. So it's all football, high school, college. And then we started dabbling in everything else because people were so excited about it. From jiu-jitsu to boxing to soccer, track, baseball.
So were these people reaching out to you, or were you
Yes.
reaching out to them? Okay, they
Yeah.
were coming to you.
Yep, they were all coming to us.
They're like, I saw this contraption. Someone flipped it over, and
Yes.
I must have one in my home gym.
Yeah, exactly. So the excitement was unreal. And as a green, quote-unquote leader, I wouldn't even call myself a leader, but being so green, I was like, let's do it all.
Yeah,
You know? So,
everything.
yeah, let's
Why
do it
limit
all,
ourselves? Yeah.
It kind of bit me in the butt a little bit, honestly, because we got stretched really thin, but now we narrowed ourselves back to fitness and football.
Okay. So no more jujitsu?
No more jiu-jitsu, yeah, unless they ask for it. But where was I going with that?
They were
the
kind of
question-
asking how it like kind of came about.
Yes.
So
Yep. And then, so obviously CrossFit started heating up a little bit. So I DM'd Matt Frazier.
Okay, you slid into
Yeah,
Matt
I
Frazier's
slid
DM.
into
you
Matt's
heard it here,
DMs.
folks. He
Yeah.
slid into Matt Frazier's DMs.
Yeah.
And what he replied.
Actually responded, yeah.
No,
This
okay,
guy's
what was the
big
opening
time.
Yeah,
line?
what did you say? He has like 2.4 million
Yeah.
followers.
To be exact,
Yeah.
we just looked.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was basically, I tried to be super to the point, like, so no fluff.
No fluff.
No fluff.
Get rid of the
yeah.
fluff.
Yeah, it was basically, which no one here, I'm not going to give you a free flip sled, but I said, I will give you a free flip sled if you respond to me, pretty much. And he was super, oh, sorry, thank you. And he responded, he was super cool. We hopped on a call. We talked for about an hour, and at the end of the conversation, he was phenomenal, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
super, super good person. He was just trying to be helpful the whole time. Really, really cool guy. And at the end of the convo, he's like, let me hook you up with Wodapalooza. My guys at Wodapalooza.
Oh my God.
So that's how this happened. That's how we're here.
That is insane. Like, it's so amazing. We've met so many people that are just like so willing to like help and like kind of like take you under their wing. So like, I mean, so this is your first ever Wodapalooza.
First ever Wodapalooza. First ever time in Miami.
Oh wow! Well, I'm like, I was about to say welcome. Like, I've been here
like
once.
you own
like,
the place.
Yeah, I'm like welcome. It's nice to have
like,
you.
I'm the queen of Miami, and
in
welcome.
case you're wondering, it's great to have you.
So, how big is your team?
So Airborne Athletics, parent company, we're probably between 60 and 70 employees.
Okay.
But the Flip Sled team is what you saw
Yes.
about 10 minutes ago. 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yep, 3 guys.
Three,
guys.
the magic number.
Yep, 3 the magic number. Yeah, trouble comes
Actually,
in threes.
two is according to us,
I'm
but
like,
I know it's really 3.
Yeah, obviously with massive support from the other divisions in Airborne, the Dr. Dish basketball and then Aircat volleyball.
Yep.
But the 3 of us, Luke, Matt, and myself, we take it on. We take on the heat.
That's incredible. So, like, what is after this? I feel like sometimes, like, people ask us about that with the podcast, and we're like, we don't know. We kind of just showed up, and, like, we'll see kind of where the opportunity takes us, and we're just looking to, like, kind of network and whatever. But what about for you? Like, do you have a vision, or you're kind of, like, just going with the flow and seeing what comes out of this?
Yeah. The dream, the vision is that every facility will have a flip sled, whether it's sports-specific training, CrossFit box, or your community like Lifetime Fitness or 24-hour fitness. I think it's got the ability to be in each gym, every kind of gym. Yeah,
that's amazing.
And every football program too.
I mean, I think you're gonna get a lot of steam here, especially like seeing so many like athletes use it. People are definitely. Yeah. I feel like I heard people in the audience being like, "What is that?
What is that? And where can I get one?"
Yeah, the excitement. I wish you guys could have been at the booth. The excitement when people walk by and they want to flip it. It's like, it's wild. It's like it gets your heart pumping.
Well, me too. I was like, I don't know if I can do it, but then I did it.
Yeah.
All right, now I
now
gotta
you
go
have
try.
to do it, Shay. Come on.
Yeah, we'll bring you over after this.
All right, thank you.
And if
so
you don't,
besides a flip, okay, so you are creating a home gym. You've got your piece of equipment, a flip sled.
Yeah.
What else is in the home gym? Like, if you could have 2 other pieces of equipment in there, what would be in there?
Mine?
Yeah, 2 pieces only, besides a flip shed.
Besides the flip and besides the squat rack, besides like all that stuff. Like something unique.
No, the squat rack's included,
Oh,
dude.
that
This isn't
includes?
like
So
it doesn't
that's-
come furnished.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in it.
Yeah.
This is an
furnished
this is
home.
an unfurnished
Yeah.
basement gym we're
Okay,
talking.
so you got the flip.
Well, I've got the flip sled.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a given. So
The
2
squat
more.
rack.
Yeah.
And what's your last piece of
Honestly,
equipment?
I could get away with a flip sled, like by itself.
By itself,
I
you
could
don't
get
even need a squat rack.
No, I could get away with it.
Back that up. Back
Yeah.
that statement up right here, right now. Why? How?
It's like
So
moving
I'm
day and all he has in
yeah,
his truck.
yeah.
They open up the U-Haul and it's just like, I'm good. I'm
all
Gucci.
set.
Yeah. I'm a big time functional workout kind of guy. I'd rather than just standing doing squats or laying down doing bench press, a lot of just straight up vertical movements. I like moving horizontal versus just vertical. Horizontal or at a diagonal. The flip side you can also do like, it's called the CDF, clean, drive, and flip. You can simulate a lot of different things, but the biggest one for us is football. So you get it up into your chest, and then so you're lifting it so it's vertical, but then you also,
Yeah, no, you're good.
so you're lifting it so it's vertical, but then you start moving forward too, like a sled, so that vector angle is at a diagonal. So like a blocking kind of style.
Okay.
But yeah, so you can do RDLs, their sled pushes. Sled pushes are the most unique, or the most natural power producing move that you can do. And I'd rather be able to run fast and jump high with that rather than doing just my max out squats. I don't know.
Very cool. So what I'm hearing is the options are endless. And you love being horizontal, and so do I. I think being horizontal sounds good right about now.
You act like you've been participating in the competition.
Look, I'm exhausted.
We've been vlogging. We've been talking on the mics, and Shay's like, I'm exhausted, honestly.
It's been a day.
It's been a day.
How many have you done?
How many podcasts have we done? Between today and yesterday, I would say we've done like 6 or 7.
6 or 7, yeah.
Nice.
You might be lucky number 7.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this. We've gotten a little bit of everything. We've talked to some brands. We've talked to some other vloggers, content creators, athletes. We talked to the Army. We're talking about being recruited. They wanted us.
We've got to go on the rowers.
They saw our Star Jack.
Yeah.
And it was
That's awesome.
Game over.
And you said you just started like pre-COVID, right?
Like right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nice. Good for you guys.
People are loving the hats.
Yeah.
We are selling them.
We're selling the hats. He's like, nope, I'm good.
100 flips and you can have it.
Yeah. Oh.
100 flip sled flips, and you can have the hat.
See you at the Flip Shed booth.
All right. Well, are the flip sleds done with the for the competition?
Yeah, they're right now. They're at the Gauntlet.
Okay.
Right over there.
At the
and
Gauntlet.
Yep. And at the not prospect, but attendee workout area.
Okay.
Right across from our booth.
So if people want to go flip this, they still can. There's still
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
Okay,
Or
great.
swing by the booth too. Yeah. Oh, he already did. You flipped it, right? Yeah.
How'd you do?
Big
Yeah.
flip sled guy right
Yeah.
here. Huge.
Yeah. He wanted more weight. What do we have on there? 490? At least.
He's like at the minimum. At the minimum.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sean, go ahead and plug yourself if you want. Plug Flip Sled. Where can people find it? Where can they find you? Go ahead.
Well, I won't plug myself. I got to plug the squad.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
Matt
fair.
and Luke. Those guys are big time. I wish they were here, but they're doing
They
their
can
job.
listen to the
They're-
podcast.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys
We'll
want to
send you
listen
the
to
link.
this, the
Yeah.
podcast, Don't Tone Alone on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, those guys are phenomenal.
Wait, okay, so where can they find you?
They can find us on Instagram at the Flip Sled, TheFlipSled.com. .com.
Just at the Flip Sled. Okay.
Yep. That's probably the primary place, and you get to see everybody using it. We're all over social right now.
And if they're going to slide into your DMs, you said the best way is to just be really direct.
Yeah.
and get rid of the fluff.
Yeah.
No fluff needed for
I-
a good DM.
I do like emojis though. I'm a
Okay.
big emoji guy, and I'm the social media guy right now. So toss in an emoji, and I'll probably respond.
Okay, wait, this is my last and final question. Emojis, your most recently used. If we opened up your phone, we opened up your text messages,
Oh.
your 3 most used emojis, what are they?
3 most. Can I look?
Okay, yeah. Pull it out. Let's see.
What do you think they are?
It's definitely the
It's definitely the laughing face. Oh,
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
it. I knew it.
That's a good one.
Okay, yeah, that's in everyone's.
Yeah.
That's a good
Everyone's
one.
like classic.
I like the look.
Oh,
like
well,
the-
recently I've had the muscle.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Flexing,
Wodapalooza.
Flexing on
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the
flexing.
third?
Yeah, it must have been kind of flirty. I don't know. That
Ooh,
one.
wink?
Yeah, that wink.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
There's some spicy stuff going down in his DMs. I don't know what kind of messages you're sending.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Sean, for coming on. If you guys haven't flipped over the Flip Sled, you're missing out. Go do it. Shay, you're next.